Here we go. Welcome back to the stream. So today's episode, or stream, or however you want to call it, will probably be whatever's left to do. And given the performances in recent matches, there's some stuff that needs to be changed. I wouldn't want to change the entire tactic, I think. It fits the squad more or less. But, well, the set pieces do not fit in the positive formation, and neither do I think does the tactic fit entirely to the squad here. So maybe we should do more direct passing in the defensive setup anyway. We had some results, I'm not sure yet. Also, we could use a third tactic. And last but not least, transfer windows coming up. In fact, it's not that far off, is it? There. Transfer window opens at the 1st of December. And we will lose most of our low knees, I think, at the end of the year. Some of them here, some of them there. Doesn't matter anyway. We need replacements for most of them. Cheap ones, preferably. In terms of wages as well as in terms of money spent for them, transfer fees and stuff. So, seen from that perspective, I'm not really happy with the composition of the squad. Also, this is one opportunity to register a few of the youth players. And I mean, nobody will take Samardi on loan, so we might as well have him in the first team. And give him a few minutes if that happens. Or Putra. Even though I don't think he's worth it. But what can we do? We have those spots available, and I think we should bring along some of the really cheap players just to fill the available space. Yeah. So that's it. There's also an 11-day break now. So chances are high that we will do one match today, if any. And I'll take my time with all of this. At least that's the premise of the episode. You know me. Will probably not go down well. There's also absolutely nobody watching this right now, so this is perfect. Alright, do this. So, I will even use the squad planner, I think. I do not plan with Pranata anymore. He wants to go. He's definitely one of the more expensive options. I think Owen is fine. He's established as a first team keeper right now. I think he trains really well, but there's no potential in him whatsoever, as far as we are aware. I don't know. Hard to say, really. So, do I want to keep him around? Yes, preferably for lower wages. He's got contract till the end of 32. So, assuming he can play as a backup, that would be great. So, I want to try something. I'll just try to negotiate lower wages with him, even though he's first team keeper right now. Don't think he will agree to that, though. Still give him backup. He doesn't like that. Alright, let's go with first choice. And he wants more money. This promise and playing time I cannot keep. Assuming that another keeper comes in, so we will walk away from this. Hillman isn't great, but it's not like we have really good options for free available to us. Do we? His contract runs till the middle of 31. I might want to include him in the future, but this clearly states we need a goalkeeper. Okay. Is this an emergency situation? Let's take one of these wonderful... It's not red for a reason though. No, just the uppermost one. Next one's pink. Great. Is this an emergency situation for us? I don't think so. We need 3 goalkeepers. We absolutely need 3. We do have no goalkeeper in the under 21s, but we do have a goalkeeper in here, in the under 18s. Which is not that bad, actually. So, if worst comes to it, we include Karef in the first team. Is this a good idea? Don't know. He's cheap though, that's for sure. And we could use Owen and Pranata / Hillman as mentoring. That said, we need a goalkeeper. So, at least one. I also want to state here, in case Pranata is kept around. His contract runs till 32, doesn't it? Yeah, it runs till 32. In case Pranata will stick around, we do not necessarily need 2 goalkeepers. Hillman will not be available. It's highly unlikely. So we could use at least one. In case both go, we could still use... Well, we need one, and we could use another one. So it is 1-2. Assuming Owen plays, which we've been fine with so far, I think we're okay with cheap options here. I don't want to dump the wages in entirety, but, you know, under 21 options, like style. People like these. Oh, maybe a bad example. But a goalkeeper that is somewhat rounded in his profile, but not necessarily good enough for this league. I think that would be enough for us for now. Him, for example, he's not that bad. Or is he? The one-on-ones are really shitty though. Has a good personality. I like him. But transfer window is value is 0. Well, in that case, that might be a good idea, actually. Oh, he requested to leave. Well, so he's young enough. He wants to leave. He's a young prospect, barely any older than Owen. He would probably fit the squad nicely. Yeah, in the core group, because he's got some professionalism to him. So we'll make an offer here. He's transfer listed. And I actually want them to pay half of his wages. That would be fantastic. Okay. Would you be willing to pay 50 maybe? Let's see. Alright. They'll pay 25 of his wages. That's not fantastic, but it's something. Let's also look into... let's look here first. I'm also looking for goalkeepers in general. Get rid of all of this. Is there anyone else that comes to mind? Might be really good. Preferably a free signing. Well... If I could, I would sign a goalkeeper with a better personality. Preferably. A really old one is as fine as a really young one. And I mean, there are really young ones. Like him. Who is definitely not good enough and also unambitious, so I'd rather not sign him. Wow. Neither is he. That's the one we just had a look at. We could also go by the wages, come to think of it. Are there goalkeepers in here that are really underpaid? He earns 150 right now and is assumed to be really good. Or I don't know what reason. Agility is fine, positioning's bad, one-on-ones are bad, anticipation could be better, kicking is bad. I don't care much about the kicking. For a 22-year-old, that's not too shabby though. Personality's shit. Balanced and outspoken, that's not good. He's a casual. That will not happen. He gets paid 200 right now. I'll move on. This anticipation is really worrisome. Same with the command of area. There's some transfer value in here. I don't like this. Anyway, so we got one goalkeeper potentially being interesting to us. We can take all of these. Offer trial to them. And move forward. What's next? Squad plan. So for me in this squad, for after the transfer window, preferably there's only Simon Owen left of these three. I would, I guess I would keep Hillman. I would be totally fine with keeping Hillman, but Renata will be gone. Out of this sample, Halim doesn't belong here. Abdullah's still here. Well, he will come in and he will play. At least that's the concept. I don't think we should have left him in the old club. I was tempted to do that for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Also, he's vastly overpaid. This is one of my former decisions, so it's just a bad one. At least I think so. I don't like this one at all. The other two, Malik as well as Simatupang, are too expensive. Simatupang is also prone to injury. At least he has been for the time he spent with us. It's not good. Not sure what's going on there. Malik played most of the season so far. I would definitely want to keep him, even though he's not that good. But he's alrightish. Yeah, and also the personality. Definitely a plus. He's also not that expensive. Wage-wise. So far that is. But they expect 45 to 150k for him. There's a fee here for 62k. I will definitely not pay that. In fact, I would want something like this, and that will not happen anytime soon. Yeah. They would move it even higher if they could. I mean, I guess I would be able to provide some money for him, say 5k. That's not really money for us, right? No. They would probably be at 150 or something if they could. He played most of the time, he's decent. He's got good personality, so we will lose him. That means we need a right defender. Is there anyone incoming? Yusuf. Not fantastic, but definitely cheap. So that covers the right defender position, at least to a minor degree. Central defenders are more or less okay. I'll just put this in here. Where's the Abdullah guy? Here. Central defenders are more or less okay.
Thanks for the follow.
Oh, thank you very much and welcome to the stream. That said, we've got Halim and Haryanto. No big deal. Everybody's welcome. What brings you to the stream? So Haryanto has contract till 32. And Halim has contract also till 32. Problem with both of them is they are freaking expensive. In particular, Halim is freaking expensive. 775. Who negotiated that contract? Okay, that might have been me. But it was yesterday's me. Oh. So, being a football fanatic, I guess you support some sort of club? Or is it more of a football manager fanatic? Where are you from, if I may ask? I don't know. Tell us anything about you. Just don't tell us anything that might not be suited for the internet for a long time, because all of this goes to YouTube in the end. So be careful with that. Yeah, so central defense is more or less covered. We also have Sukipto as a cover there. I would love to keep Yulianto in here on a permanent basis. Barito Putra also can... I see. So you are... Well, I guess you're not the second person from the United States watching this. But... we have a regular, Jaron Allard, that is also from the States. So he can probably relate much more than I do, because I'm from southern Germany, so basically the other side of the globe for you. Well, with supporting football clubs, I have a hard time determining that. I used to answer to this that I support good management. And good management might be very different things in very different circumstances. So, for example, I mean, this means nothing to you probably, but FC Heidenheim in Germany have been doing really great for the last 10 years, getting promoted from 4th league all the way to the 1st league. They are getting utterly trashed in the 1st league in the Bundesliga in Germany right now, as far as I'm aware. But I guess given the circumstances, this is friggin' fantastic experience for everybody. And yeah, exactly. I watched well, I cancelled my subscriptions for football because German subscriptions for football are freaking expensive, and also you can't watch half of it on the PC. It's just on TV, and I don't own a TV. But I think in general they're doing really great. Over the years, that is. So from a management perspective, I'm really proud of this. I was born and raised in Stuttgart, so make of that what you will. I guess a certain affiliation with the VfB Stuttgart will never go away, whatever you do. And there's some other stuff, I don't know. I cannot really support the Hamburger Sportverein, for example, the laughing stock of the German football, if you want to put it that way, or Bayern Munich, due to regional circumstances, but also because I think spending your money after you are number one in the league and keeping everybody behind you is kind of boring. It's not what I respect. That makes sense. That's also a skill set, obviously, but I prefer the underdog. Maybe, I don't know. I very much like Harry Kane, for example, as an investment in like performances for the future. Harry Kane is not 18 years old anymore, so is this a good transfer? He definitely delivers. Is this one for the future? Depends on your time frame, isn't it? If the future is the next 2 years, might be fine. If the future is the next 10 years, probably not. So, yeah. He might want to watch that movie, doesn't he? Well, so much for that. I have a hard time typing whilst I'm on the stream. This, you know, it's usually hard to do. Typing, playing a game, and whatever there is to do. Yeah. So this is in Indonesia. This club to revamp a little bit about this club. We ended up here just I don't know. We started out in Sweden and afterwards went to Wales and then got fired in both cases and now we're in Indonesia. And this club is in the first league in Indonesia, but we're the underdog definitely. So yeah, this I wouldn't say it's a journeyman. It's an involuntary journeyman. You know, after getting fired, not looking for a club within the same league again. So, if that makes sense to you, yeah, this is some sort of journeyman, but definitely enforced. To be fair, we spent 5 years with Ytterhogdal's IK in Sweden. I think it was 5 years. The badge. Well, if you like the badge, you might like the kids. These have been done by Mies. I cannot remember the number after his name, but he's part of the Discord server and a long-time follower. He did the kids. So yeah, now we got kids for this. They are, yes. And he did this in like 2 hours or something. It's been a while since he did those. I've really gotten used to them. That's really great. I'll just show this to Hayden. Right here to the audience, at least to a little bit. Let's have a look here. So we are sitting at 8th place right now. Thank you very much, dear bot. We are sitting in the 8th spot here, and well, we are destined to go down. So results recently haven't been fantastic, but given that we are destined to get relegated, I think we are okay right now. And schedule, well, Indonesia's kind of foreign to me, if that makes sense. There's some sort of cup competition prior to the real season, and then a bunch of free time in the middle of the summer. I guess that makes sense, given that Indonesia is probably, you know, you can probably swim and die of exhaustion due to heat at the same time over there. in particular within August. Not that I know. I don't know. And then, well, there's additional league matches now and the real Indonesian Cup. All of these give money, more or less. In particular, the cup matches are like 10k per win or something like this. So, yeah, that's also part of the thing. Overall balance is shit. We might be able to reconsolidate these finances. That said, we still have a loan with 225k and 30k interest that are waiting for us. So, seen from that perspective, as long as I can keep us within this range or get us out of the red, I consider this a success. All right. So, is there anything in particular you're interested in, Pixelated Suits, about this save? Anything that would make you stick to the experience? I should probably introduce you to a few players, shouldn't I? How about this one? This is our world-beating talent by Uembiri. We consider him a shadow striker. And he's friggin' fast, just as every Indonesian. Also in Indonesia, basically 90% of the players are really small and really weak. So, yeah. This is by Uembiri. So far, stats this season are okay-ish. 8 goals. In how many appearances is this? In 13 appearances. He probably didn't play all of these from the start to the end. So, given these circumstances, that's really good. Within my league? Or within real life? But within the league, I think the most trouble... we probably have problems with clubs with pacey strikers. And given that everybody's pacey over here, it's basically a risk that is well known but just accepted. To get back to Imbiri for a second, though, Imbiri's spirited now. He started lighthearted. We are trying to get him to model citizen. We have a model citizen that we imported back from Wales, Moody. Moody's not great. He's a model citizen, though, with high resistance to pressure on top and really good, consistent performer. So, I really want to keep him around, just for his personality. And hopefully, I can keep him around for another 20 years or something. Probably not 20, but, you know, I don't care about his ability. Yeah. So, he's the one to be the mentor for Imbiri right now. And there's other players in this club that are rather decent. For example, I will try this now. This is my boogeyman, basically, due to his name. He's Brazilian, so a foreign player, and he's named Jorge Cesar. I hope I pronounced that right. Basically, 50% of the last few streams is me mispronouncing this name. I really have a hard time with that one. Yeah. Anyway, so if your Portuguese is any better than mine, feel free to correct me. He will probably be around in the future too. He's 31 though, so good physicals. Basically outjumps most of Indonesia, and that's how it works. So, unsurprisingly, in 13 appearances, he scored 12 goals. Oh! This is fantastic, man. That's a coincidence. Yeah. To be fair, I practiced this one particular name for like 5 to 10 episodes. So, I have some leftovers in French, and that's about it. Joao. Or how's it pronounced in Portuguese? Jorge Cesar. Shouldn't be that difficult. That said, but yeah, you can just watch the old streams. I really struggle with it. The thing with the thing with funny videos right now is I cannot open them on stream. I couldn't. How do I do this? For example, if there's music in it or if there's something in it that Twitch wouldn't like, I can't know beforehand. And for that reason, I'd rather not do it most of the time. And watch these later on. But you're welcome to put it in the chat, or if you want to share it with the community, which is really small and basically more or less nobody, just join the Discord in case you want. You can post it there, so it gets added to the persistent log. Also, obviously, you're welcome to share your own adventures or say hello to the rest, whatever feels suitable for you. So let's have a look at this guy. I kept on ranting about the goalkeeper situation previously. I still think this is a reasonable signing. I don't know about susceptibility to injuries, so not sure about that. He's unflappable and spirited though, also media friendly for some reason. That needs to go away. But otherwise, he seems like a reasonable choice, in particular as a secondary choice. We don't pay for him. They even, apparently he wants to be backup. They even pay for some of his wages 25 per week, as far as I'm aware. So we can probably afford this guy. I just don't want to pay 300 for him. So assuming we get him to 200 or below, I'm really good with this. Being backup would be totally fine. Okay, he wants to be backup under any circumstance. I'm okay with this. And 230 is a good starting point. I'm okay with this too. The yearly wage raise I am not a big fan of. That said, with that low of a base wage, it doesn't matter much. It's really important to keep in mind. Like, what's 10 euros to us anyway? That brings us to a topic which is controversial, I think. In particular, in particular, me talking to an American, right? Or somebody from the United States, to be more precise. History has been difficult for Germany, and national pride is not exactly on the top list in Germany of things that everybody in Germany appreciates. I tend to declare this or explain this basically every 50th stream or something. We have a hard time with being proud of anything that comes from Germany. Like, it's not like we're proud of the national team by the extent that another nation would be. And if people are, they get the stink eye. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's a political topic, though. So it's, I don't know, it might not be that enjoyable to you. But basically everything that is related to some sort of national pride makes all of our European neighbors go like, what are the Germans doing? Something like this. And you... So I'm a computer scientist, so you know way more about this than I do in that sense. So yeah, for that reason, we are not exactly proud to produce weapons or I don't know of our football team or of Leverkusen. Okay, that's an acquired taste for sure. Oh, 170 is minimum wage. Well, in that case, we will dump this all the way down, won't we? Just as a start. Yeah, but so supporting the national team, I have a hard time in general. I don't know about the rest of Germany, but I think in general Uri supported much less, and the DFB has a hard time of coming up with ideas to compensate for that, because it's just circumstances, you know. The moment we develop some national pride, everybody's like, "Are you sure about that? This is not a good idea." History has proven that the Germans probably shouldn't. Twice. I think we're fine now. I mean, there's a joke that has been around for half a year or a year. It loosely goes like this. So let me recap. Everybody in Europe wants us to produce tanks and then drive them eastwards all the way through Poland. Are you sure? So that probably I don't know, drives the point home to a degree. All right, I don't want to increase his base wage. Let him have the signing fee. What's 5% anyway? That's okay. If he insists on that, I don't want to pay the base wage. And the signing fee we can renegotiate later on. All of this is fine too, to a degree. I see. Okay. Yeah, we've got in comparison to the United States, where every second household in some regions might wave the national flag, or you know that of or the flag of the betrayer nations, if you want to, no, the betrayer states, if you want to put it that way. Um, in Germany, this is really not very common. Foreigners do that. We do not wave our national flag most of the time. We just don't. Because it feels weird to us. Let's put it to 180. This is a 3-year contract. Do I want a clause in this? Well, let's not press the matter. So I hope that explains it somewhat. Just come over and witness it. Yeah, it's no big deal. Not at all. We have our problems with nationalism to a degree. There's nationalist parties over here too. That said, in comparison to the American political system, I think what you guys consider to be a left wing for us is basically middle of the road. So our right wing is probably, I don't know, conservative for you. From what I've heard from American politics, and given that Twitch is an American company and politics are discouraged to talk about, I don't know, make of that what you will. It's not a strong statement. There's a book named Soceronomics that has been around since 2008 or something, I think, that does some rough calculation on national teams' results in comparison to GDP and stuff, amongst other topics. That's kind of interesting. What's going on with Moody? He's on a 6.9 rating. Don't annoy me. This is just the way the press is. Might be. To be honest, it's been so long that I read this. But I remember that it was focused on England, if I'm not mistaken. So given that the author was English, I think British. Don't want to assume. I don't know. I barely remember. But I think England in the end wasn't that big of an outlier after all. With their presumably bad World Cup performances. So. We'll keep him anyway. He's here for the personality. Doesn't matter. I should not skip forward. 11 messages. So there's some goalkeepers here. If one of them has a good personality and might be able to play in the first team, in case of an emergency, we keep him. But I would prefer a Wahab. In case nobody else offers for him, we might stand a good chance of signing him. And then we have a professional goalkeeper as well as a spirited one. None of them are really great, but one of them is really cheap. So that's definitely a plus. Also, good personality, so overall good impact. Let's get rid of all of this. Alright, what do we need? What else? Well, left defensive side is a thing. This is Arianto. So, pixelated suits. Arianto is a loanee that will come in, and we bought him not for cheap. Why did we do that? I mean, I guess because he's a fairly professional, he trains well, his development has been okay-ish. That's for fullback. He plays as a wingback on support duty. As you can see, it's not really impressive, but he's 18 or 19 years old at this point. So I think, assuming we get his off-the-ball movement and dribbling up into the 7 or 8 range, he would be really decent. Also, have a look at these mentals. I mean, the off-the-ball movement is rubbish, but the rest of it is really great. I don't expect much else. And for a 19-year-old, this is really good. So, assuming we do not focus on the mentals that much, his mentals will be fantastic throughout his career. If he doesn't break a leg all the time. Which is a bit of a problem, given that our secondary choice there, so his transfer has been arranged, okay? For 55k plus. So we paid a lot of money for him. But that's just due to the fact that we expect him to play for a few years for this club. Wage, I think, is not that high. Might be on the higher side, I don't know. He's not that good, though. Not yet. The problem is our second choice there is Utama. Now, if you look at the mentals again, his mentals are fantastic. He's 34, though. And as a wingback on support duty, he does not do anymore. His technicals and mentals are still fine. His physicals are shit. There's just no other way. There are other ways to put this, but it's too late now. Yeah. The thought came up that we use him as a playmaker. He has a really decent passing, good vision. Overall, as a playmaker, he might do. The problem is he knows nothing about being in defensive midfield. So, do we really want to give the playing time to a 34-year-old that is very prone to injury? Yeah, I mean, look at this. So, to be fair, this is throughout his entire career, still. It's unlikely that he will play much, so I don't know what to do with him. And that means we do not have a replacement on the left wingback position. So, the squad planner, my dear friend, go away. My dear friend, the squad planner basically says, okay, Arianto is the primary choice. He's not really good, but assuming we pay him similar wages in the future, we could either do with the first... Oh, it's between 15 and 90k. And we will pay him 130 in the future, which is absolutely nothing. So, seen from that perspective, we just need somebody there that can play there. I didn't come up with anyone yet, though. Let's have a look at the under-18s first. There's a 16-year-old fullback. It's not a fullback, this is a centre-back. Oh, is he? He's not really great. On the other hand, am I really willing to pay hundreds of euros per week just to find somebody that is barely a bit better than him as a replacement. I'm not so sure. What's he doing? Yeah, he's training to be winger though. So we might want to get somebody, sure. There's also these guys. Low knee, not that good. Chinaidi. Again, a low knee. Not good enough. Not really. So what do we do? I guess we need to look for somebody. And it's been a while since I had a look at this. So maybe we find someone that has decent physicals. Just a different player profile, I guess. But he's foreign. We have foreign player rules that will restrict us in playing him. So I cannot sign him, even though, even assuming his personality wouldn't be unambitious, I wouldn't be able to sign him. I mean, I could sign him, but not play him. Ghana. Same problem. It needs to be an Indonesian. That's just the league rules. There's an inverted wing back here. Doesn't fit our tactic nicely. Also, looking at these wages, I have a hard time paying any of those. There's some really bad choices here. Like him. And obviously we could go with an investment and sign somebody like this one. But given that he earns 650 per week right now, and compensation is 0, okay. Huh. Well, you know, we might as well try, right? They can also definitely pay part of his wages. They want a mere 115k for him. That's not bad, is it? I like the ones that stick around with a club for a long time. I think loyalty in general is something that I appreciate. That and good management in dire circumstances. So, seen from that perspective, well, it also depends on your definition of manager. The German managers are somewhat different from what a manager is in England, for example. I'm not sure how it is in the United States, but you know, back in his Dortmund days, Jurgen Klopp did not do all of the transfer business on his own. Or he was not the uppermost decision maker with all the transfer business in Dortmund. So he needed to adapt to a new role in Liverpool, which yes, yes, and also who else is this? I should know these names. Well, you know, there's other people. I just can't remember the names right now. But more or less, yeah. The people around Watzke. Also, Mislintat comes to mind, at least for some period of time. And that's somebody that I very much respect. Sven Mislintat. Not only for his time in Stuttgart, but also, yeah, Kiel. True. I kept thinking of Kiel, and I just didn't recall the name. I did recall the face, though. I mean, I watched Dortmund back when Kiel devastated Borussia Mönchengladbach with some sort of 60-meter lob right over, I think, Jan Sommer it was. So, yeah. But Kiel in general seems very... How do I put this? there's not much going on story-wise about Kehl or the Dortmund management in general in recent days. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not listening or not watching. It might be very different in Dortmund. Mies might probably tell me later on that everybody's talking about Dortmund's management all the time in the Dortmunder press. But to me, sitting in Nuremberg right now in southern Germany, none of this reaches me anymore. I think we can pay some money for him, right? That's really cheap. 20 to 30k for him. Oh, he's fairly susceptible to injuries. Now we're getting there. So let's look at this in detail. We would need a win back on support duty. His dribbling is shit. His crossing is not much better. Off the ball movement's bad. He has some physicals though. So do we want to bring a glass, it's not a cannon, a glass wingback into the squad as a secondary choice? Or maybe even first choice? It really depends on the wage, doesn't it? I mean, we can pay 20k, whatever. Doesn't matter much. So they want a 40k for him though. The only 40k that I like is, Warhammer. So let's go with that stuff. Get rid of this. Offer 5k in installments. Maybe some performance bonuses. Not per league appearance though. We will offer after league appearances. That's not much money. And assuming he makes 50 league appearances, I would be okay with offering some money for this. I thought so. Okay. Let's put this to 10. And this to 5. That's not shabby. So I take it you follow German football, or at least Dortmund, quite a lot. Is there anyone in particular that you think of? If you think of good management or a club that you are very willing to support? Let's reduce that. Let's go to 1.5 here. You can have some money after he's played. Like this. I have not made enough progress. This is me googling whoever that is. Alright. Marcelo Alberto Bisla Caldera. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I see. Wikipedia told me. Gundogan also was injured half of the time, so make of that what you will. I wasn't pissed in particular, given that they sold him. They made a lot of money on him. Okay, that's not bad. To be fair, I don't know about him though, so I'm probably not a good person to talk to about this. It's just how it is. Additional clauses. No. We will submit an offer for potential value of 25 and a fixed value of something around 20. 2.5 more than we did previously. So I think that would be an okay choice. I don't like the susceptibility to injury though. I really don't like that. Also, the estimated wage is way too high. So if he really wants 500 or 600, I will probably decline. I just don't want to pay that much money for a player. Which reminds me, what's missing? So we got Tabuni. So Kipto is still learning to play ball-winning midfielder, but he will get there. It might take another decade, but he will get there. Tabuni is also not used to playing in defensive midfield just yet, but I think Tabuni is more or less a really great playmaker, even if he doesn't show so far. I don't know how long it will take until it shows, but he has the attributes to dominate the game, more or less. And he's 23. So I think that should be okay. Same here, though, susceptible to injury. Now, if we keep Utama, obviously we have a secondary not goalkeeper, secondary playmaker. If we keep Nugro, well, to be fair, we won't, right? I think he's assumed to be way too expensive. 20 to 200k, good potential, decent trade. Passing is not great for a playmaker. I would like to keep him, but for much less money. And, well, given that transfer fee, I will probably decline, so we need a playmaker. Can anyone think of a playmaker? What's this? That's the opposite of a playmaker. Reminds me of Oscar Seabar. Well, so preferably deep line playmaker. He's considered to be a playmaker. And a bad one at that, but this fits the bill. In fact, this is exactly the reason. The fact that it fits the bill. Not just figuratively speaking. He's fairly professional, he's 22. He's level-headed, this is a good personality overall. He knows some basic English for whatever reason. Not that it matters. And the estimated wage is well within range. Also, he's susceptible to injuries, but it doesn't matter much, he will not play much. We need a young prospect, he's a young prospect. So, assuming they pay some of his wages, maybe. Would you? They want 9k for him. We will end up here, won't we? Something like 25. We won't. Currently they want nothing for him, and we will pay nothing. That's it. Alright. We'll look at this guy and see if we can sign him on cheap wages. 200 to 275. Not sure about that. Estimated wage here says 150 to 210. We'll go here. As a personality, I don't have worries with this. My only worry is that he might be injured all the time. But who cares? Okay. Well, we will probably not be able to do this at 170. Some loyalty bonus is okay too. I'm actually fine with the appearance fee and stuff too. It's not that much money. In comparison to players that earn 500 euros per week in the squad, this is not much money. What did I do? He accepts this? Just for the signing on fee? Really? Can we extend his contract to 3 years? We will probably be able to loan him out. Sure. Can we also extend this with an optional contract extension? No, probably not. Alright. Well, in that case, let's go back and see if we can get rid of some of this money. $170 base wage is fine there. I mean, this is minimum. What about the appearance fees? Can we lower this all the way to 25 maybe? Apparently not. Okay, it is at 50. So that leaves us with 1 or 2 things that we might do to him and his contract situation. Does he need any of this? Apparently he does. Between 150 and 110. Alright. I know this is... oh, great. I also want to add a relegation wage drop clause. In case I can get that. Because, you know, we might get relegated after all. Okay. So... that's him. Can we do something like this, a 1-year extension after league games? I'm usually fine with this. This means the player played for a while, so he might as well get a contract extension, which he would be fine with. 15 matches is okay too. What's the other player, the goalkeeper? I did not renegotiate his contract, did I? After we agreed on this. I know, really exciting to see this stuff, but it saves money. So in the end, this is really important. At least to me. I mean, a 10% drop will probably not help much, but it's something. Can we get rid of some of these? This is okay. I like the clean sheet bonus overall. You can have that in case he performs, he performs. Apparently the appearance fee is not that important though. Great. And now, the way I know my players, he doesn't care about this at all, does he? He doesn't. Okay. So now we reduce the sign-on fee, but apparently he insists. In case Wahab plays 15 matches, do we want to offer him a contract extension automatically? Probably, yeah. Same here. Assuming he played 15 matches, this means he played half of the season. If he played half of the season, he's probably good enough to play for another half of the season. It bugged out. What did I do? He's fine with it. Thank you very much, dear UI. Alright. So, that's that. I can also pronounce Wahab and Sumantri, so this is a plus. Okay. Let's do this. So, in Shadow Striker position, we're fine. We got that covered, I think. As long as Isha is not injured, which is a big if, we are doing okay. I forgot ball winning midfielder, didn't I? Anyway, Shadow Striker seems to be fine. No replacement needed. Ball-winning midfielder is a different situation. That said, our right back, the primary one and also the friggin' expensive one that I bought for some reason, he can play defensive midfielder. I wouldn't say he's good at it, but he can do it. In particular, coming from the bench or whilst being on the pitch, we can just rotate him. So he might get the match experience in the end, at least. So no ball-winning midfielder needed. Playmaker, we just, brought a young prospect in. Potentially. Then there's Ferdiancia out here. He's got transfer arranged. That's transfer with us. And we have Ari. Ari is fast enough. And not necessarily a cheap option. Fairly pro though, susceptible to injury. Very susceptible to injury actually. I'm not that excited by having Ari around anymore. He did have a wonderful performance last time out, or a wonderful season. At the end of last season though. That said, in the end, 20 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. That doesn't look that exciting, does it? But I remember him fondly for some reason. I don't know why. Zico is one. Zico is one with the really great traits and not so great age. And neither with great development. Performances have been... I'm not complaining. So we can keep him. The replacement for the right wing is Moody. That's... You know what I think of that, don't you? So I don't have to put it into words. Moody... He's not the one to make it. Let's be honest. Preferably, I would have a person that has 2 strong feet and can play all 3 of these positions. So, I don't know, Isha 0.20 basically. Somebody like this. Without the traits, preferably 18 years old, not much else. Do we need to buy one at all though? I guess that's a question. We might as well use the youth. Basically just for me to force me into pronouncing Hidayatullah or whatever he's called. I'm not sure if I want to sign somebody for this position or for this say area in midfield. He's a winger. Same here. None of these are really good. Let's not talk about this. Yeah, that would have been a choice, an interesting choice too. He's a mercenary though. Mercenaries are in my other playthrough. Okay, so infantry is still around, by the way. So defensive midfielder is even less needed, which means we just need a second target man. I really need a replacement for Jorge Caesar. And in Indonesia, we will have a hard time finding this. Same here though, we have people that are borderline capable of playing target man. So wasting a lot of money on it is probably not a good idea. If we find somebody that has some strength and some... Preferably not Brazilian. And... What was the other attribute? Jumping reach. There's basically this guy. That's it. He's considered to be a poacher. And his jumping reach might be really great, his strength isn't. Yeah. Contract situation is not very favorable for a deal. This one's a free agent. Acceleration is okay. Let's offer a trial to this one. These two, nah. Well, we might as well try, won't we? Adapted using both feet. Okay. So this is basically my my first attempt at getting some players in. Oh. Oh. Did we? Oh. I did arrange this last stream, didn't I? Oh. We might have spent some money here. On a defensive midfielder. On a rather decent defensive midfielder. What do we pay him? Oh, never mind. I didn't read the message. I'm a moron. Well, okay. So he would be willing to come over. That's it. His club got relegated, PSIS. His club got relegated. Well, I think I would take him in. But not for 85k. This is somewhat useful. He's a new gen. What a new gen. A German at that. Okay. What's he called? Kolesov. That's not a German name. Yeah. Other nationalities is Russian. Wow. Well. Yet another trial list. I also wanted to look at tactics. So... Tactics. What did I want to do? I wanted to look at the positive formation, I think. With the shorter passing and stuff. This all is okay. It's not necessarily forceful enough though. Well, the higher defensive line is alright. I think this is okay for now. What we can do though is we can copy this. Here we go. And I'll create an overload tactic here. We need something. Forget working the ball into the box, we will shoot on side, forget slightly shorter passing. We'll go more direct. Run a defense if we... I mean, not necessarily. We'll go wide. We'll take long kicks towards the target man. There's always a target man here. We will counter press. Try to instigate counter. That's probably too much. And we will go all the way. Like this. Step up more. Trigger the press relentlessly. Do whatever we can to win the ball back. I don't think we need to change much to the formation otherwise. Maybe put him on support duty in this case. Otherwise, I think we're okay with this. It doesn't matter. Okay. So, that's for tactic. Yidder Ogdal's IK want to discuss a new contract with Bernie Goat. I would buy him in a heartbeat. Why? He's out for 4 to 5 weeks with pulled knee ligaments. One suspended, the other's injured. Yulianto is still around, and then I guess infantry will play after all. There doors the kip though. By the way, how long is it until the 22 days? 22 days until the promise runs out. Didn't swear that much on today's stream yet, so I guess I could do that now. These are League 1 matches. Obviously we could scout those, I don't think it's worth it though. And we should definitely get rid of some of the most expensive wages. The current situation doesn't say we need additional quality and need to splash the cash. Sure, if we make it to Champions League, yeah, big money. But we will not make it to Asian Champions League right now. We need to retain our precision in the league. Also, I need water. And to be fair, I think a break. Yeah, I'll take a short walk, like 2 minutes within the apartment, and try to rest my eyes, and I'll be back in a minute. Well, it was more than 2 minutes apparently. I did get water though. If you sit in front of a screen for 10 hours a day, at some point it takes a toll. Might not seem that way in younger ages, but once you get older, it definitely takes a toll. So, match practice here, this is all fine. No, I'm okay with this. I might need to include some preparation sessions here. So, in particular, the physical stuff, I don't think we need that. We can definitely use set pieces though. Something like this. This all is good, more or less. That probably is not needed. Can we do... where is it? Defensive shape here. So now we just need the defending corner sessions and then we're golden. We'll do that. Maybe penalties on top because, you know, why not? That's not too bad, is it? In particular, given the circumstances, I think we're okay with this. We will play Persita Tangerang. Persita Tangerang are sitting in the 9th spot right now, so this is... yeah. Direct opponent for the 8th place, or wherever we want to go. Okay. So much for that. Haryanto will definitely not play, so I guess Yulianto has his place in the squad. Alim cannot play. So, I mean, it's not like we have a choice. Well, we do. Between different kinds of defensive midfielders. Given that he's a natural back there, at least he was at some point, we might as well try to teach him some tactical familiarity until the end of the week. Oh, there's some left in him, it seems. Okay. Alright, and then we can skip through the week, I think. Yeah. Hi Journal, and welcome back to the stream. You more or less missed Pixelated Suits, who is new to the stream, but from the United States too, apparently. And he checked my pronunciation of Roger Caesar. Yeah, you're welcome to pop in and out, whatever suits your needs. This episode has been slow going in general, for multiple reasons. I did look at new players and stuff, brought a few in, and I think we will need to determine contract situations one by one. For example, they want to loan him back here. I don't have much of a problem with that. On the other hand, we would need him. And given this wage requirement, I do not think this transfer will go through. This guy is not that great that I really absolutely need him for 500 euros a week plus. So we'll go start the negotiations and then... He absolutely wants to be squad player. Alright, let's see. Yeah, no. Forget about that. We've got enough players to earn that much money. I'd rather play a youth player right now. Arianto is around, so hopefully this doesn't hurt us that much. But we can maybe stick to Utama or something throughout the season. I don't want to pay another player 700 euros a week as long as we have Pranata on the wage bill, as well as infantry, and there's a few others. So, Chernallet, anything new with you? How was your week? Hope you had a good time. These are generally balanced, these two. They are? Oh. Well, that sounds nice. In the good way nice. Really. That's cool. A national park might be... You make me come up with ideas. I should look for national parks in Germany. Is there anything around here? Huh. I think that's a good idea. I wouldn't necessarily want to plan a camping trip. On the other hand, why not? But I like the idea to visit a national park or two. Maybe do some hiking at some point. I should really put some research into this and include it as part of my own life. So if you're okay with me stealing the idea, or just whatever I make of it later on, I would probably like to steal that. It's too late now anyway, I did. Yeah, that's great. Apparently infantry knows how to play central defender. Okay. Paris Johan hugs line now. Not too bad. I'm okay with that. He does not train in a particular position. I'm not sure if I like that or... Tackling's not that horrible. He's not really a winger, is he? Even though the position says so. He's more of a defensive winger kind of guy. Yeah, it says here. Right here. So that's a thing. This is a decent option though. Overall. I like him. And I don't think he needs an additional trait training. He just needs attributes right now, and then we'll see. Hugging the line is good on him, though. I very much like that. So, are you willing to share the national park, the specific national park that you would be visiting, or is that too much? Journal it. You know, gotta be careful with giving away information on the internet, reportedly. Okay. I will Google this right now. Man, I've never seen trees that tall. Well, not in real life anyway. It looks so impressive. I should visit the United States at some point and just do a trip of all the national parks or something. Really? Don't you say. His decision making went up. It's still 10, but not by much. And also looking at the mentals, gosh, his mentals are fine for a 17-year-old. I'm actually starting to think we should train him on with the finishing. Just to make sure he hammers those away. On the other hand, if he gets a point or two in physicals on top, he's able to outrun everyone. All the time. It might also be that it doesn't matter what we train him on. His natural development will outpace whatever we train him on anyway. So, do we need something in particular on a Shadow Striker? Well, it's right in the title. It says he should score. So, I'll go with the shooting. Let's put this to 10. I think we need that. And then afterwards we can talk about the composure. That said, that will probably increase by itself. By a landslide. That'll go away pretty soon. Hmm. He's part of a mentoring group, don't forget that. So, I guess the question is, would I want everyone in the mentoring group to dribble more often around a keeper? And I think the answer to that is not yet. Also, his decision making is 10. So, you know, the higher the decision making, the lower the importance of traits. Because the decision making will override traits anyway. That's not how do I put this? It's still okay if they have traits, but as far as I'm aware, if somebody's got a whole whopping 1 point of decision making, he needs all the traits he can get. Just one basically, more or less, to help him make the right decision, like running down the right wing all the time. Doesn't matter much. If this is his player role, then just give him that. And he will do that relentlessly because he doesn't know what else to do. In Ibiri's case, though, his decision making is 10. Me personally, not now. I'm very fond of cats, though. I'm one of these people that walk around the street in a foreign I don't know, community, and I whenever a cat crosses the way or sits around somewhere, I'm usually the one to pet it and to cuddle with it for a few minutes. So yeah, I'm that person. Not a dog hater though. I like dogs, in particular the big ones, the fluffy ones. I'm okay with that. But I don't know. I like most animals, I think. Cats though, I have a very special love for cats, and for some reason they seem to understand from time to time. All right, Sharon, check this, please. She doesn't know my imaginary girlfriend lives with me, so we do not have pets. We have house plants though that need love too, and given our work schedules, pets wouldn't be okay. So I mean, we could probably manage in some way, but assuming we would have 2 pets in this apartment, like 2 cats or something. Well, a dog is just impossible. Fish, nah. We're barely able to keep the houseplants alive. So or the plants. So a fish is probably a bad idea. I don't want I don't want pets to suffer, you know. And also in case of a cat, for example, or 2, the apartment is somewhat okay for a cat, size-wise, but I would want a cat to be able to get outside, run around in the grass, just in nature, and to have a good life. And we are living in an apartment in the city, so I don't think a cat is a good idea. Dog is similar reasons. Also, none of us could take him for a walk all the time. We are very job focused, if that makes sense. That's also why the streaming kind of took a backseat in recent months. So I don't know. I guess it never occurred to us that a pet might make some sense. And yeah, I hope that that's a good explanation for you. Do you have pets? Anything in particular? Also, do you want to comment on this player prior to me signing him? Contract has been... Oh, there it is. They even pay a minuscule amount of his wages. So, just as for some context, the minimum base wage was 170. Yeah, replacing is a strong word, but I get your the meaning, I think. Awards using the weaker foot I'm not very fond of, but who cares on a goalkeeper, whatever. And he's spirited as well as unflappable and media friendly. I don't like the media friendly, but paired with Owen into a mentoring group, this should be fine. Yeah. Also, strictly a backup and very cheap. No money whatsoever. So even if he doesn't develop at all, or starts complaining or something, which he won't, because he's a professional to a degree, well, he might. But given that he complained at his former club, I think at 180, he's cheap. One-on-ones, anticipation, and I think reflexes is one training setup. So he's really bad at one-on-ones in general, but I think Simon Owen is the same. It's never mind. One-on-ones, what is this? One-on-ones is together with command of area and rushing out. So command of area and rushing out. Command of area is bad, one-on-ones are bad, and rushing out is rather high. So I'm sure we could, yes. Command of area and one-on-ones are bad enough. His reflexes are shit though. Concentration is not great either. It might be that I just go with reflexes, anticipation, and concentration, and just wait the one-on-ones out, because the general training also helps. And you might have noticed this, but there's also a few YouTube videos about it, basically, with people explaining this. If somebody's on general training only, where is it? This is very easy to comprehend in the end. If I would put Simon Owen on general training only, it would be most likely that kicking, reflexes, and anticipation go up because it's his lowest attributes, and the experience might not be enough for aerial reach or something to increase even further. That depends on a few other variables like his size or height or something. I don't expect him to gain additional aerial reach at 1.78 m, for example, but it's sometimes the focus is not really needed, if that makes sense. It can help, but sometimes you can just wait it out. Okay, so do we do this? Have a look at the money, please. This seems is this reasonable? To me, this seems reasonable. Also, this is a 3-year contract with a clause for an additional season for cheap. All right, we'll do this, and then we'll just try to get rid of players that are too expensive, and that excludes transfers that I did myself. In case somebody comes around and wants to offer money for some of our players or just saves us some wages, we might sell them and try to remain in the first league, obviously. Okay. They play some sort of cautious style and they are tough to beat. Cool. Also, they have a rather fast striker with okay finishing. Sorry about that. No. I should take a nap. Well, Simon Owen trained well too. Same as Mbiri. Quite impressive. And then there's actually Morgan Moody here with good training, which is somewhat expected but also unexpected. Still trying to turn him into a decent inverted winger. Yeah. You know how that goes so far. Oh, Tabuni is on an 8.85 training rating too. I guess we can praise that. 30 Ansia, 8.8. This guy might just get to acceleration 15 if he goes on like this. But for example, this is a nice example for individual focus. I didn't set a focus on the first touch. First touch comes along with technique and dribbling, I think, ball control training. Sure, I would like him to have better first touch. I just don't think it's worth the effort. I might do it in the future if there's, if it's still way down. On the other hand, it's very likely that in the future I might do something like corner taking or free kick taking and just leave the first touch as it is. Because I don't want to focus on technique as well as dribbling alongside it. Now, for now, this would be fine, but I don't want to put an emphasis on dribbling in particular. I don't think that makes much sense for him, given that his dribbling is rather okay. Or in his case, for example. I could put an emphasis on dribbling, and he definitely needs it. But I mean, I don't know. That would train technique as well as first touch alongside it. Is this really absolutely needed? Or can we try to work on his long throws to get them up to 5 or something at least? Because he will take throws. With him, for example, I take the penalty taking because I think this is something a striker should be able to do. And also, he places shots, so penalty taking plus places shots is probably a good idea. And his mentals will probably improve, given that he grows older. So these physicals will decline. And alongside the decline of the physicals, the mentals will go up. Also the technicals a little bit, but most of it will go right towards the mentals. So being able to score penalties is probably a good idea for him. And it goes on like this. This, for example, this is I'm not a big fan of this training. But given his passing and vision, it's entirely reasonable. On the other hand, Ari's 23 now. And I wanted to retrain him. That hasn't been very successful so far. My bad, obviously. I could have stuck with him as a winger. Or as a striker, for that matter. We could have tried to do some strikery stuff with him. He's not a good one, though. That said, he's tall. So he has that going for himself. Or for him, whatever. Let me try to find some chocolate. There's something in here. Okay. Also, as a minor personal thing, the followers for this channel have been between 90 and 95 for... Yes, that will be hard. But we have an extended rest period. Where was I? The followers for this channel have been basically slightly below 100 for, it feels like, months now. So I consider this our next stretch goal for the channel to grow. Also, I decided to do the Jagged Alliance free series, so a YouTube video might come out. In case you or anyone else watching this later on is interested. Special greetings to Mika Billion, who uses to watch these episodes later. So, what do you think of him? Same here, 3-year contract, dumping wage, he expects to be emergency backup, and he's a playmaker-ish type. I'm not very good at that. But at least he's a natural. I really just want a replacement for Tabuni. And not like replacement can replace him one-to-one, more like replacement he might play from time to time. Otherwise, be around the first team, do not disrupt much. Alright. Is this worth spending 170 euros a week on? He's also susceptible to injuries. Just, you know, there's drawbacks somewhere. Alright. Same here with the clauses. I want to go through these for a bit. Loyalty bonus is very low, appearance fee and unused substitute fee are very low. The yearly wage raise is basically meaningless, given that it's only 5%. And there's also a 1-year extension, so this is 3 to 4 years. I also think we might be able to loan him out for $1,000, so I'll go with this. Even though I probably will not loan him out. We'll just keep him as a backup. That's one of ours. 5 to 6 weeks. Yeah, okay. Not good. So, most of our shopping, now after we got promoted and are sitting at 20 points, most of our shopping really is about young prospects that are borderline capable of playing here, and then we'll see where this goes. I feel like Sven Mislintat already. Just slightly less successful. And without his communication skills and brains. Assuming we get through this first match just fine with whatever result. Thank you very much, and have a good day, man. It is, yeah. For you is morning, right? Have a good day. And we will see each other soon, hopefully. As always, thanks for watching. We are so fucked. Isha's back and Julianto's hurt. That's the second central defender that... We have no central defenders whatsoever left. We will need to play Isvantoro alongside infantry. There's no way around it. Gad, or one of the young prospects, which is even worse. Eco's barely ready to play again. Nugro. I mean, no. I guess, but no. Technicals are okay. Mentals are somewhat okay, with the exception of 4 points of concentration. I just don't want to have him here. He may well make it to the bench, though, given the overall circumstances. There's not much of a difference between Zico and Moody, other than Moody being alright in training. He's fairly ambitious, not so rubbish. We have 5 points of jumping reach yet. That's not our replacement as a striker now. So he can go to the under 21s. We did bring some additional goalkeepers here. One of them even seems to have some potential in him. He's unambitious. I don't think so. Not at all. Everybody's unambitious here. With some notable exceptions that are 29-year-old and balanced. Which is just another way to phrase that they are unambitious too, probably. The game just doesn't call him that way. No. I will not sign any of those. I really won't. Alright. We have a hard opponent coming in. We will have to talk to the players a day or two prior to the match to boost the morale. Overall performances have been really great. We will deal with training for the second week here later. There is also a cup game coming on. Have a look where this is. we will have a cup game for the second round, which apparently is 2 matches at Wednesday and then again at Wednesday. So here and somewhere in the next week. 27th. Yeah, 27th of November. So there's not even a long rest period here. We will, whatever we configure right now, it will get thrown overboard anyway. There will be a match here. So we have a 3-day rest period after the match against PSIS. That said, we will know after the next match. Somebody's been praising Jorge Cesar. Well, well. Definitely okay with his performances, yes. His average rating in 15 appearances has been 7.59. 14 goals in 15 and a half appearances. 1 assist though, so his assists are really bad. He's really friggin' great. Also, he's even more expensive than I thought. I forgot about that. So it seems money pays for quality after all. I don't really care. Hopefully he's fine with it. Let's see. Pleased to have been recognized for his recent good form. Okay. I don't know if this is related to me praising him or just due to the media. How have your preparations been affected by the 11-day gap between fixtures? To be fair, my preparations have been influenced by the gap, given that 2 of our central defenders are on long-term injuries now. And that's it. I do. He's not absolutely in his prime. He's not even close to his prime yet. His prime will be somewhere around the age of 25 to 30, I think. Depending on how you define a Shadow Striker's prime ages. But, well, the interval is definitely not sitting at 17. Yeah, so physicals might go down or not increase anymore at some point. But given his mental and technical, he will probably be perfectly fine. He'll be one of these people attacking the ball from deeper positions all the time and taking 2 steps and knocking that shot straight into the edge of the net. I really think that way about him. In particular, the match against PSIS solo is a must-win. We have 20 points though, so we are somewhat good. Ramadan likes to dictate the tempo of the game now. That's good. If only he had some development in him. Everybody expects us to draw. And Renata is expected to return from injury. You might be disappointed. There's no choice whatsoever in central defense, more or less. There's no choice whatsoever in bringing along Negro. Yeah, striker is more or less done too. Ari and Moody, that's it. There's nobody else available, so forget about that. Eco might just go to the bench actually, but I think we will take Utama and Simatupang. Because Eco is still hurt, so hopefully he will understand. We do not need a second goalkeeper on the bench. Should one of these be in the starting 11? I mean, Isha could be. But given Imbiri's progression, I really don't know. Why does he dislike me? His contract runs till 33 though. So once we get to 33, we can probably afford to pay him prime wages. Okay. I still need to do set pieces, and I'm really annoyed by the fact that I've been pushing that away. I wanted to do this episode. That said, I want to go to the match. So let's forget about the set pieces for a while. And, well, hopefully we will not need a positive formation anyway. Is there anything else? I mean, sure. The susceptibility to some of these roles is rather low. But that's not susceptibility. That's the word I'm looking for. They are not suited for it. Otherwise, I think we're okay here. Hell, I played Utama and he brought along 2 subpar performances. So I will not do that again. Okay. We'll see about that. So this is the defensive setup. For the next match only, we will have a look at the opposition. He's got really good off the ball movement. His finishing is bad though, his passing is not great either. I think closing him down would be a good idea. To force him into making a decision. He's not good at that. This guy has fantastic dribbling, really good pace, and that's it. He definitely should be pressed. And I think also shown to the weaker foot. So that shows him to the inside, which results in him using his 5 points of passing or 7 points of crossing on the inside. He is friggin' fast though, so that will be a problem. Numberi Well, what's the instruction saying? Triggering the press on him. Passing's bad. Finishing is okay-ish. Long shots is okay-ish. His off-the-ball movement is so good that a tight mark will probably not work, so I agree with this. Let's trigger the press on him. I think, though, his dribbling's bad, his bravery's bad, his strength is 1. This one needs to go down. Fajar. Good dribbling, good pace, and acceleration. Good off-the-ball movement, good passing, good crossing. This is a dangerous guy on the pitch. The most dangerous of them all. I have a hard time determining how to deal with him. Bravery is a bit low, but with that dribbling we can't do much about that. Yeah, he needs to be taken out of the game, but I don't know how. Ariante will have a hard time with Fajar. Gomez. Kevin Gomez is not a playmaker. And neither is he a defensive midfielder. I mean, I guess he's okay in defensive midfield, but he doesn't belong here. Dribbling is really low. Bravery is high. Strength is high. Positioning, okay-ish. We want him to play through him. He has 5 points of passing. So, tight marking's bullshit. Vision is bad, passing is bad. Yeah. Never tight mark him, but trigger the press on him. He can pass the ball around all day. Salim, on the other hand, has good passing. Decent vision. Decent off-the-ball movement too. I do want to mark him tightly if I can. And preferably show him onto the weaker foot. Pressing him is no use. It's basically a waste of effort. We might try it anyway, but it will not work. Pain. Not the fastest, but not that slow. Passing's not great, dribbling's not great. So, well, it goes both ways. We can argue that we should close him down, but given the circumstances, we do a lot of pressing in the first ranks, or in the forward ranks. So, probably not. There's not much dangerous potential here either. This guy is somewhat dangerous with 8 points of passing. None of these is really bad in something. He's got good passing. I don't like that. So a tight mark would be fine. Off the ball movement is bad too. That's it. Moody will probably have a hard time marking him. Is this Moody's side? No, it isn't. This would be Ferdiancia's side. Well, at least Ferdiancia's faster. So that might just be a good idea, not to do anything to him and let Ferdiancia dominate the game. And this one's got a weaker foot. Given his strength, well, strength and bravery, the strength is really low, bravery is okay. I always think to myself, maybe we should foul the goalkeepers from time to time. Shouldn't be that bad of an idea. So, that's it. They are all instructed to pass it shorter. Okay. Our central defenders will have a hard time, and Mbiri is nervous due to Bambang Salim for some reason. Mbiri can be nervous all day. He will dominate the play anyway. We'll go with no pressure, I think. That relaxed at least 2 players. Now we'll go with cautious encouragement. This is an away game after all. Where's cautious? Okay. Relaxed, less pressure, inspired, motivated, everything is good. Even Moody and Utama aren't motivated. His suspension is, in a way, a lucky occurrence. I'd rather take the suspension than him being injured, and everybody else seems to be injured all of a sudden, so him being suspended, maybe that's a plus. Yeah, he's really hard to replace, and that is an understatement for us right now. I don't think the recent results were that bad. Whatever. What's 5 matches anyway? So, let's not do some tactical blundering all the time. Let's just go in there. Okay. So Marty, Gomez and Harahap. Never heard that name. Kevin Gomez seems like an easy name, at least to me. Somebody in the comments down below, or wherever you watch this later on, will probably tell me that his name is Gomez, or I don't know, pronounced in a different manner. So far, so good. Let's do some encouragement, as we can. Yeah, most of them are okay with that. That's a ball for Owen. So, boring game so far. Owen takes a long kick. Borja Cesar. And that's the first shot of the game. Should have done better with that one. Maybe even take the run. It showed one thing though. We stand a chance there of making it into the penalty area. Oh, that's a difficult decision to defend it like this. Or maybe it wasn't a difficult decision, but a bad one. In any case, we get a corner. Malik. What will you do? Malik takes the corner. Says I would have been there. So Kipto, and we face the corner too. Please tell me you can do this. Bajar. Not bad. Samardi. That was interesting. Imbiri. There's the Imbiri train. Oh, come on. What kind of pass is this? Zico. Zico. I'm dying on the inside, you can probably tell. Sekipto, Gomez, that's it. Nothing happened. Imbiri's pass. It was really easy. Just play a slightly longer ball. Zico, Malik again. Malik, Ariantos. Apparently a natural header these days. With his 1.60 m or whatever he is. So overall, I'm okay with this performance. We had a better chance. Even though it was 1. Salim is not one of ours. Who is Salim? Is this a ball-winning midfielder? Great. That's fantastic. We do not focus any in any particular direction. Do we get a corner? We get a corner. Arianto. Zico wins the header. Arianto again. Not a bad one. Another corner. Go guys. Score a goal. We are well in control of this match so far. Well, with the exception of that that one corner situation, but overall it doesn't seem like they create chances or something. Malik, Cesar. Easy 16th match, 15th goal. I think it is. Not sure if it is within the league. There's 4 people with him, and he still outjumps them. Doesn't matter to him. Easy. That corner taking setup is really devastating here in Indonesia so far. Proves to be really hard to defend. Infantry, well... Ferdiancia will take a free kick. Ferdiancia does. Cesar. It was a bit too far away from goal. But, you know, we've seen them going in, so... Zico on a yellow card. We might bring on Moody in the second half. That was really dangerous. Rumaropen. Infantry, well defended. What the hell, Cesar? Roger Cesar for getting the ball. Is Vandoro forgetting the defense? Zico hopefully not forgetting his yellow card. It's all fine for now. Rumaropen again. That's a good cross. That's just wide. We got damn lucky. So let's instruct Zico not to foul anyone off the pitch. In particular, not himself. Verdiancia takes the free kick. Doesn't find Zico. Zico picks up the ball anyway. Decent pass. Tabuni loses the ball. Is this a counter-attacking situation? No. Zico is there to defend. Sukipto. Is this offside? It isn't. Defensively, that's okay. Tabuni, that's definitely offside. It should be. Wasn't though. Here's Ventoro. Nice tackle. Infantry. Arianto. Arianto's cross from deep for Zico. Oh. Roger Cesar doesn't win the duel in the middle. Tabuni. Nice penetrating pass. Ferdiancia. Second goal of the game. Fantastic. First goal of the season for Ferdiancia, by the way. Well deserved. He's been on fire for most of the season. I wouldn't have signed him otherwise. That ball by Tabuni. Straight through the middle. Ferdiancia basically playing the inside forward here. I'm okay with that as long as the winger scores, so... yeah, nice one. 0-2 now. Not to be confused with the mobile provider. Just the result. That should be easy to defend. Owen comes to claim the ball. And we get a long ball immediately. Nothing happened though. Kevin Gomez on the yellow card now. This is both in defensive midfield. Zico. A fantastic performance by Zico. Please, Mbiri. Oh no. What the hell? His nerves today. Well, he's young. Verdiancia. That was... I mean... It didn't look that dangerous. But in the end, the keeper had his problems with it. Malik will take that corner. Corner taken by Malik. Cesar hits the crossbar. Malik again. Not this time. Mbiri, well done. Infantry. Tabuni. That's not good. Is this pronounced Achi? Who knows? Arianto with throw in for Verdiancia. Will there be a cross? It's a nice dribble after all. Oh, okay. Mbiri, Tabuni, Arianto. Zico wins the header and puts it past the post. Oh no. Okay. So, we're up by 2 goals. I think this is totally fine. Overall performance has been good. Isvan Toro hasn't been fantastic, but he's playing out of position. At least to a degree. There's no use in substituting anyone for now. Sure, Zico, but we'll bring on Moody later. Did they change anything? Doesn't look like it. And given the circumstances, I think we should increase the pressure on these two. The problem is I have a hard time determining how to do this. Going through the middle all the time might... I mean, if we go down the wings, they still need to drop off and help out. If they don't, defense has a real problem. If we go through the middle, they still have a problem because they have to defend. So in the end, it doesn't matter much. What we can do, though, is force... we can force a transition in this area. So that means we distribute towards the target forward. Either he wins that duel, or, well, the central defenders might win it. But... let me have a look at those. His jumping reach is rubbish. I forgot about that. His jumping reach is even more rubbish. So we should have distributed towards Cesar anyway for the entire time. And it's unsurprising that our goals got scored that way. We might even want to cross more often or something. Was there a goalkeeper? The command of area is really good, so that compensates for it to a little bit, to a minor degree. Let's praise him once more. Everybody's really happy. Well done by infantry. Zico. Zico. He took on 3 men there. Verdiancia. Arianto's cross from deep. Clearly not offside for Zico, and that finish could have been better. I'm not excited by this. Arianto takes the corner. Arianto, Cesar. Jorge Cesar. Just a tiny bit too high. Infantry. That's an error in defense, I think. Hidayat. And we give away a corner. Ah, that's new players. So Kipto well defended at first glance. Molana. It's not a penalty, is it? It's not a penalty. Cesar, Sukipto, Tabuni. Alright, they substituted people. Hidayat and Molana, these are new. We will have a look at those. We also have a substitute on the bench that I think might need to come on now. So he's decent. In fact, I think he's good. His biggest problem is probably, well, he's got good free kick taking too. So his biggest problem is the lack of jumping reach, so marking him tightly might be a good idea. Given our defenders and his off-the-ball movement, that might not work all the time. Most likely, we will have a problem. 16 passing and 16 vision and 10 passing is not something that we can deal with, though. So mark him tightly. Do we want to tackle him hard? His bravery is low. His dribbling is not that great. We will give away free kicks that way, though. And given his free kick taking, we have a problem. That said, we are up by 2 goals and we're talking about 30 minutes, so we might as well risk it. Hidayat is damn fast. Good off-the-ball movement. Good dribbling. His passing's decent. Close him down and hope for the best, I think. There's that. So let's do this first. There we go. And now we will take off Zico and bring on Moody. At this point, I think this is the reasonable choice. Yeah, shooting less often. Crossing less often. And probably also taking fewer risks at this point. He has 11 points of flair, but I still think that's reasonable. His passing and stuff is not good. He might find the odd opportunity. Malik, Imbiri. Doesn't lose the ball. So Kipto, Cesar. That was a bit off. We get the corner though. So do we praise him once more? Sure, we would if we could. Too late for that. Arianto takes the corner. Cesar. Second goal of the game. He might just make it beyond 1 goal per match. Absolutely astounding. His performance throughout this season is... he's unbeatable. In particular within this league. And basically worth every euro. This guy. Gomez. Ah, that was well done by Moody. Twice. So is there anyone that needs match sharpness? Because this is not about winning the match anymore. This is about sharpness now, at least to me. And we could replace those that have a bad game. So from that perspective, maybe we play Nugroho in central defense after all. Because, well, on the other hand, this Montoro needs to match practice too. So who doesn't? We should also focus on our own players. The rest of them will be gone in a few days. We barely need them. So I will bring on Isha. And Imbiri's performance hasn't been that convincing for now. So Isha will come on. There's also 10 minutes to go to maybe shooting less often? Is he so bad? He's not. I mean, I guess. Passing the ball around is the way to go here, yeah. So let Isha come on. Maybe he can score. I have a hard time believing Jorge Cesar on the pitch. But he's on to his next hat-trick, so why not do it? Infantry. That would have been the 4th. Ah, so close. Achie, who knows? Here's Vantoro. Isha loses the ball. Cesar. Infantry. Sukipto. Decent passing for now. Infantry. That would be a ball for Moody if he would pick up the pace. Payne. Era Hop. Infantry again. Molana is dangerous. Salim. Numberi. Skips past his marker. And Owen's there to save the day. Good performance by Owen so far. He barely had anything to do, to be fair. Malik. Well done, infantry. Tabuni. What a ball! Slightly offside though. He's getting there. Tabuni. What's with Isha? Struggling to meet the pace of the match. Well done by Tabuni. Well done twice. Ferdiancia. Will he outrun his marker? Even better. And that's really wasteful. Do we have anyone on the bench that, well, I guess Utama. Given Arianto's susceptibility to injury, we might as well bring on Utama. I don't know. Arianto needs match practice, so let him play for Tabuni actually. Dribbling less is still a good idea, I think. Get out there, Utama. And welcome to your new position, at least for today. It's a more defensive setup in a way. Okay, that doesn't matter much. Utama comes on for the playmaker. Owen with a long ball, straight towards Isha apparently. Moody finds Ferdiancia, clearly no offside, doesn't find Ferdiancia. It's another header by Jorge Cesar. Oh, free. No. Well, in fact, there's probably one thing that we can do here. So we'll praise them. And we'll start the time wasting. Nobody needs the 4th goal. It just costs money, doesn't serve much purpose anymore. Oh, there's the 4th goal. It's on the wrong side though. So much for that. It was after a set piece, and given that our central defenders are not on the pitch, I'm not really that impressed by the fact that this happened. Utama, Ferdiancia, Arianto, Isvantoro, Utama, Sukipto, Isvantoro, Utama. Welcome to playmaking. Where you're... oh, we need that. They changed formation. That will not help. Utama has his name taken, apparently. Molana... will this be intercepted? It isn't. Kevin Gomez. Sumardi? Gomez again, might be offside. It is. I still think we got lucky here. So overall, chances-wise, I think this is a match where everybody scored too much. Isha. There we go. Moody. Second goal of the season. What a coincidence, though. I mean, Isha won the header. So I guess that's part of the concept, yes. Hits the crossbar. Second time this match, by the way. Not Isha, but that we hit the crossbar, and Moody just stands there. Middle of the penalty area. And does what he learned from Jorge Cesar. Just standing in the right spot. Not even trying. And puts the ball in the back of the net. That's it. 1-4. Owen. Will he go for the long ball? Yes, he will. Jorge Cesar is exhausted. We do not have a rip. That's it with substitutes, right? We did all of them. Yeah, we did all of them. So Mardi is Vantoro. Great interception. And Utama does the only reasonable thing overall. Really great. Malik. It's another long ball towards the target man. If only Isha were any faster. Malik. That's not bad. Moody. Says... we take those. We don't take those. Well, we would have taken them if not for the offside situation. That was quite obvious, in a way. Still though, good performance overall. Could have been the 5th. So Kipto, Malik again, not bad. Moody's not offside this time. Doesn't pick up the ball though. That was slightly misdirected and that should be the match. Okay. This is the repetition of the disallowed goal. Thank you very much, that came a bit late. Yeah, that was a bit of a bug. So Kipto, oh, this might be dangerous. Salim, no, it's not. It's the game. Yeah, okay, so we conceded again, but overall I will take this and we restricted him to basically no chances whatsoever. This is really fantastic. I'm quite impressed with this. Is there anyone that deserves special praises other than Jorge Cesar, who is extremely delighted and, you know, why would I want to demotivate him? He might just let it go to his head if I praise him all the time. Isvantoro didn't do well. But do I want to hammer him with that? I don't think so. He's, well, slightly. Yeah, it was not his primary position. Let's not do this. Let's just continue. Be happy with the result. What do I do with this? I don't know. I think first of all he outperforms the entire league, more or less. That pushes us up to a 6th spot, at least temporarily, given that some of the others still need to play. But I'm very happy with this. This also means 17 points to go, if I'm not mistaken. This is 18 members in the league, so same as Germany. We should have a good time. Alright. There's that. Will we praise him? He scored 2 goals. Yeah, of course we'll praise him. As long as he scores like this, there's no reason not to play him. Also, his contract runs out at the end of the season, actually. He's on a 1-year contract. I don't know what got into me to have this guy on a 1-year contract. But given his recent performances and, you know, he might injure himself or something, nobody's interested in him just yet. Probably because he's freaking expensive. I don't want to look into the league once more. Let me look at the league stats. I just want to see the overview. We are sitting at 28 goals scored. We are number 1 now, tied with Arema and Madura United. We took the most shots overall, well, in 14 matches. That's not too bad. I want to look at the player overview though. Fuck. So there's a player that scored 18 goals. Wow. Unsurprisingly, also some sort of target man. On a similar wage, by the way. Not too bad. We are well represented up there though. With Cesar. Key passes, we are not that well represented so far. Clean sheets, neither. Oh. Tico's in here with most dribbles made. At 8th spot. That's barely worth mentioning. Pass completion, we do not have anyone in here. The average rating of Cesar obviously is in there. And Zico comes in with second most assists, tied with Saputra and Kwate and Sayuri, with 6 assists only. So, assuming Zico does a 7th assist, he'll be alone in the 2nd place. Alright, I think I will wrap up the stream here at this point. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all probably on Monday's stream, if nothing else happens. Maybe also on the weekend, who knows, but most likely on Monday. Feel free to, you know, follow along, subscribe, whatever there is on YouTube, bell notifications, and leave a comment below. And in case you watch this on Twitch, ignore all that stuff. You know, Twitch is only about followers and subscriptions and stuff. So, yeah, good day to everyone, or enjoy your weekend, as I will crash now. See you next time, bye!